Hey everyone, how you doing tonight? I'm doing good. I see we have a Spectre, we have a JoJo, we have a Censored. Hopefully more people come in later. I'm not worried about it. I just thought, you know what? It's a good night. I'm going to tell you why it's a good night, because we got a couple of updates, but I'll get the one out of the way really quickly. The new art for Nox is coming. It is official. Saturday, Pixel is going to draw new art for me for the stream. Yeah, I know I'm early. The reason why I'm early is, well, to be completely honest, I am an impatient fuck. And I noticed that, like, Xylee and fucking everybody is, like, fucking streaming right at the same fucking time. So I'm like, I'll be lucky if I get like 5 or 6 fucking people in today. So I might as well. So, yep, Saturday, Pixel is drawing the new Nox. And I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a heads up. It's not going to be the anthropomorphic fox anymore. I'm going to a human look. And it's not because I hate the anthropomorphic fox. In fact, I love the fucking anthropomorphic fox. It is, people have pretty much kind of treated it as a joke. I've been insulted with it. I've been asked stupid shit with it, and I just got tired of it. So, yeah. Hey, Nox, I may not be on for long, going through some stuff and under the weather, where my mood is a mess. It's okay, dude. But that's one thing, and I don't know if it's going to make a debut on Saturday. If Pixel gets it done by Saturday, it's going to be the first time you guys are going to see it. If not, probably it will make its debut on the first stream of March. Yeah, it's basically because people are arseholes. So the thing is, I will give you guys a heads up on what it's going to be. I have a huge love of Westerns. And one of my favorite characters is Doc Holliday from Tombstone. So the new Nox is going to basically be cowboy themed. Probably not by Saturday. I don't know when Pixel says she's going to do it on Saturday, maybe. So, but other than that, this weekend, me and Spectre, and maybe his father, we don't know yet, are going to be looking at retro YouTube. If you guys are interested in sending a video in for that, in my channel, in suggestions, you can name up to 5 retro YouTube videos. Here are the criteria. They have to be over 5 years old. Okay? Nothing that's like came out 2 years ago. No more than 5 suggestions. Nothing that has racist language or Shane Dawson, because I hate Shane Dawson. And nothing overly violent. If you go into my suggestions channel, you can name 5, and you might end up being on the retro. Your video might get picked for the retro YouTube. In fact, Spectre, if you're still here, please put your own suggestions in. So, you watch her stream, JoJo, she did say fucking that she asked me if Saturday was okay. So, trust me when I say it could be Saturday, okay? I'm not pulling that fucking out of my ass, dude. But anyways, and hello, Dylan Bacon. Shane Dawson is like the worst fucking person ever because all he is a copycat. Everything that he's done is pretty much a copy of what somebody else did. But there's one more update we need to talk about. Miss Ruby Frankie, crap, has been sentenced, and so hasn't Jody Hildebrandt. I got this off of Law and Crime. Really quickly, I'll show Mudahar's tweet. He put reading what she did. This is a light sentence, bitch. We're going to get into it. But YouTube mob, Ruby Frankie sentenced to up to 60 years in prison. I heard 30. 60 might be the actual number. Might be some Utah law. Who knows? But she has been convicted. I was playing Party Animals and I saw a dude named Knox and was thinking it could be you. Then I found out you were streaming is definitely not you. Oh, fuck. There's other Knoxes out there? One of these things is not like the other. Anyways, back to our lovely fucking hatred of this cunt. Okay? Former vlogging star Ruby Franke may serve up to 3 decades behind bars after admitting to brutalizing her children, who once shared a screen with her on their hit YouTube channel, quote unquote, eight passengers. I debate on if they were a hit or not. Franke appeared in a Washington County, Utah state court on Tuesday, where a judge ordered her to serve a sentence of 4 to 30 years for abusing her children. She got off light. By the way, Jody Hildebrandt got the same sentence, 4 to 30 years. I think it has something to do with Utah law, where after a while it can't sentences can't run concurrently. Specifically, Franke was sentenced to 1 to 15 years on each count of child abuse, so that's probably why. With sentence to be served consecutively, meaning one after the other. While her plea agreement did not specify a specific prison duration, the document did state that Franke would serve time in detention for each of the aforementioned charges, and the sentences would be consecutive. While the sentence is capped at a maximum of 30 years, that's why. It's capped at 30 years. So she was sentenced to 60, but it's capped at 30, which is bullshit. I am fucking sorry. That is such bullshit. While I'm glad she's going to prison, I hope they don't fucking release her in 4 fucking years. I hope she has to serve at least 30. This woman's in her 40s. I want her to get out when she's 80, where she can't do any harm to any kids. That is my feeling on it. And you want to know something? It is fucking horrific. Wait, only 3 decades for what they did to those kids? This is considered... Yeah, think about this, Chris Wolf. If you've read everything that they did, you'd be fucking surprised. If 60 years, which is what a lot of people are saying that she got sentenced with, 60 years isn't considered light. But the fact that it's capped at 30 is fucking light. Okay? She'll find a way at 80, sadly. Yeah, maybe, but at the same time, a man can dream. And while this is good news that she's going away, I am really fucking hoping they don't let her out in 4. Because it says 4 to 30 years. I'm saying this. Even if she has fucking good behavior in prison, I think she should stay a whole lot longer. And hello, True Assassin. You want me to play the intro again? Here, I'll play the intro again for you. There you go. There's the intro again. Anyways, Victor Silva was let off too late, and he is... yeah, it's unacceptable, this shit, man. I'm just saying this, guys. We fucking live in a society where fucking the law will go light on somebody who looks like this. Just my opinion. I think because she kind of has an attractiveness to her that she got off light. I think Jody's going to pretty much be fucked because there's no way that that fucking fugly little fuck will actually get out of prison within 4 years. But there's a chance she could, that Ruby Franke could. And that scares me. That fucking scares me. So, we are going to move on. And I'm going to give a preference before we move on. No, I don't consider her attractive. I actually don't consider her attractive. Some people would. But I'm going to move on. Before I move on, I am going to give another warning. The story you're about to hear is going to be really hard for me to get through. And the reason why, it deals with a 12-year-old girl. And what happened to her, I'm not going to go into full detail. I'll go into detail enough for you to understand what happened to her. And I'm going to say this is going to be hard for a lot of fucking people. If you're one of those people, I completely understand if you don't want to stick around. But if you think you can handle it, I suggest sticking around. Because it does have an awesome ending. And it does have a beautiful fucking moment that I need to talk about. So, we're talking about this little girl. Her name is Cheri Lindsey. As you can tell, that this is an old photograph. Because in 1984, she went missing for a specific period of time before she was found murdered. She was found murdered at the home of one of the people that lived right down the street from her. Or a couple blocks, I can't remember. This happened in Binghamton, my hometown, okay? And I'm going to tell you this, Binghamton is not a safe city, but it's one of those types of cities that if you are on the wrong street, you're not going to there's no likelihood you're going to get like shot or something. Most likely somebody's going to ask if you have weed. I literally one time I was on the wrong side of town. I was walking to a gas station to pick up something, and this guy just stopped and goes, "Hey, do you want some weed?" And this was back when weed wasn't legal, and I was like, "No," and he was like, "Cool, man," and then left me alone. That's how Binghamton is. We just have a lot of meth heads and drug addicts. But Cheri Lindsey I'm going to read from this article a lot of what happened to her, okay? The reason why is I know a lot about this case, and where this article gets it wrong, I'll tell you where it gets it wrong. Where it gets it right, I'll tell you where it gets it right. But I'm going to tell you this right now. This is hard. Yeah, it's your typical small city. Binghamton has a lot of carousels. It is known as the hometown of Rod Serling, who created the Twilight Zone. And it is known as the hometown of Johnny Hart, the cartoonist who created BC and The Wizard of Oz. It is also the home of Binghamton University, Brum Community College, which I went to, and it has a very much rednecky feel to it. So we are going to now look at this article, okay? Cheri Lindsey of Binghamton, New York, left home one evening in late March 1984 to collect money on her paper route. She worked as a paper girl, basically. Her mother normally went with her to these things, but at that point she couldn't because she went to make food for dinner, which is completely understandable. So Cheri set out alone. Her mother, Jean, as I said, accompanied Cheri on the errand, but this time she stayed behind to prepare dinner, as I just said. She accepted this part-time job with the local paper as she wanted to raise money for her teacher's baby shower. Now, here is the thing. This is a little bit wrong. First of all, it wasn't an evening. It was roughly in the morning because Cheri Lindsey, while at the same time of collecting money for her paper route, she was dropping off papers. So that's like I said, I'm going to read what they wrote, and then I'm going to correct what they got wrong. And her mother did accompany her, but she didn't this time, and not because she was preparing dinner. If I remember right, she was actually not feeling well at the time. Her father, by the way, was a police officer, David Lindsey. And when his daughter went missing, he said, fuck going by the book. He took charge of the investigation. She ended up disappearing. Nobody knew where she was. She failed to return home. And David knew that wasn't in Cheri's. That's something that Cheri wouldn't do. Cheri was mostly a homebody. While she was an intelligent young girl, she was very much a homebody. With the focus on when they literally followed her paper route, and actually they narrowed it down to 2 homes. One of James Wales and another one that was literally a dude who was a meth head. Okay? And well, the meth head was pretty much ruled out. James Wales wasn't. And I'm going to just highlight this, and then I'm going to say exactly what happened. Okay? James Wales was arrested about a week or so after. The reason why it took that long was because nobody actually pointed the finger at him at any point. Till David Lindsey asked around of anybody that's strange, and then asked his wife who she thought was strange on Cheri's paper route. And Cheri's mom stated that James Wales was the creepiest of them all. He answered the door. Cheri walked inside to collect money for the paper, which is the Press and Sun Bulletin. And here it says the Evening Post, but it was the Press and Sun Bulletin. He cornered her, beat her, R-worded her, beat her more, strangled her, and then hid her in his basement. And that is where they found her body, was in the basement of this man's house. And okay, True Assassin, I'm sorry. Like I said, this is going to be hard, man. It is one of the hardest things that I had to research. Now, James claimed that he did all of this because of rage caused by mental illness. That is true. He had a history of violence. He had a history with the police. Mostly criminal trespass, suspicion of drunk driving, stuff like that. He did give a statement, which I'm going to play a video of one of the police chief talking about how police got him to agree to this thing. And he was found guilty of the murder of Cheri Lindsey. Now, this is a picture of Cheri Lindsey's parents now. This is David Lindsey, who was a cop, and this is Jean Lindsey. Sadly, David Lindsey passed away a couple of years ago, but Jean Lindsey is still alive. And so let's actually look at some videos. We got through the hardest parts, guys. And hello, Annika. How are you? But before I do, I will say that Cheri Lindsey's funeral, her dad, because it was a part of a documentary on Investigation Discovery, her dad pointed out that he knew exactly what the bastard did to her based off of how much trauma was to her head. He beat her to the point where she wasn't recognizable anymore. And hello, Quiet Try, welcome. You just arrived after I talked about the hard shit, man. Instead, we're going to actually now we're going to watch this video.
Yeah.
Now, this video is former police chief John Butler discussing the interrogation of James Wales. He was convicted of murdering Cheri Lindsey in 1984. And at the time, John Butler was a police detective.
Myself and Sergeant Barry Angels went in and started talking.
Hang on one second. I don't know if I can actually get... There is no subtitles. I apologize, guys.
Talking to James Wales. We Mirandized him, and Initially he was cooperative. He wasn't forthcoming in regards to the homicide or the rape immediately. And after, I don't know, hour and a half, he began to give us information, little bits of information, which triggered our suspicion even more.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of this, you guys are gonna. And good morning, Annika. A lot of this is going to be hard to get through. And I'm sorry, guys. And I'm going to tell you this right now. This guy was one of the people investigating, and pretty much when he was interrogating James Wales tried to hide the fact he had anything to do with it. But guess what? Everyone cracks after hours and hours of being interrogated.
And shortly after that, he started making admissions that he, in fact, raped and killed Cheri Lindsey.
Yes.
And really all we had about Wales was that he was a strange type guy, and he was on the paper route. As a matter of fact, she picked up papers at his house, as he used to be a paper deliverer. And that's really the only reason we brought him back in. We didn't have any information on Wales. We didn't have any information that he was a sex offender. He didn't have a remarkable criminal history. And we took a hunch, and it paid off.
So that is the interrogation. Now, I want to show you guys something really quickly here. This is Cheri A. Lindsey Memorial Park in Binghamton, New York. Now, somewhere in this neighborhood is where Cheri Lindsey lived and where James Wales lived. Somewhere in this neighborhood. I don't know exactly where. Okay? The reason why I mention this is because it's very important to understand the area where they were coming from. And so, sometime after her passing, she ended up getting a park named after her. And this is the street view of the park. It's got a skate rink for skateboarders. It's got this mural right here. And it's literally just a small park in honor of Cheri A. Lindsey. That's how important she is. So, really quickly, there's a couple of things that I need to talk about before we get into the last parts of this. And I know this is probably going to be a short stream, but want to know something? This is important for me. Okay? It's important to remember this stuff. Because of his conviction, James Wales is up for parole at certain points. And the Lindsey family has spent their entire existence since the death of Cheri Lindsey making sure he never gets out of prison. And to show how dedicated they are, I'm going to show some news clips. Okay? This is from News Channel 34, which is ABC affiliate in my area. And this is them talking about him being up for parole.
Effort to oppose the parole.
Hold on a second. I forgot about this. I should have fucking thought about that. I apologize, guys. Now let's continue.
One of Binghamton's most notorious killers. Dave and Jean Lindsey are encouraging people to speak out against freeing the man who murdered
and this is
12-year-old daughter.
This is 4 years ago when David Lindsey was still alive.
Wales was already a convicted sex offender when he
Oh yeah, that's the other thing.
raped and killed Cheri while she was out collecting money on her paper route.
I completely
Wales,
forgot
who
about
was
that.
sentenced to 33 1/3 years to life in prison, has a parole board hearing coming up next month. This will be his second hearing. He was denied 2 years ago. Dave says it bothers him that his family has to go through this every 2 years.
Think about that. Every 2 years, this monster is up for parole. And shit, I forgot to do this. Sorry. This monster is up for parole every 2 years. Think about that. Think about being David Lindsey when he was alive, Jean Lindsey, and the family of Cheri Lindsey, because she had brothers and sisters. She had cousins. They have to deal with this every 2 years to make sure that this fucker never gets out of prison.
We think about it all the time.
And the reason why he looks like this is because he had a stroke, by the way.
Coming up for parole, what do we got to do? Because we get the support from the people, but like I said, it's the people that are really keeping him in jail just by their signatures and comments. They don't want him on the street.
No one wants him on the
Who
street.
wants that guy living next to you? I mean,
He makes a good point. Would you want this guy living next to you, knowing that fucking what he did to a fucking 12-year-old girl? Don't matter how old he is now. The dude murdered, horribly beat, R-worded, and S.A.'d a 12-year-old girl.
who wants that guy out here? Not a soul.
Wales is 70 years old and is imprisoned at the Elmira Correctional
Yep.
Facility. One supporter of the Lindseys.
And the thing is, the thing about the Elmira Correctional Facility, by the way, is it's one of the worst prisons to be in. Because if you are found out to be a child predator, they don't fucking just treat you like a bitch. They'll kill you there. The Elmira Correctional Facility has one of the highest mortality rates in any prison in New York State, beating out Dannemora, which is the Clinton Correctional Facility, by just barely. And Clinton Correctional Facility, maybe one day I'll actually talk about the escape from Clinton Correctional Facility, but I'm not going to do it anytime soon.
Gina Fiella started an online petition against parole for Wales that garnered
Look at that many signatures, guys. Let's get to 10,000. 9,382. And that was back 4 fucking years ago. That was back in February 27th, 2019.
over 9,000 signatures. Lindsey has already sent the petition containing 409 pages of signatures and another 120 pages of comments into the parole board.
I don't know why the closed
comment
captioning
to
isn't
the
working,
Department of
guys. I'm sorry.
You can
That's Gene. That was Gene Lindsey.
find a link and the inmate
And that is the picture of David Lindsey with Cheri Lindsey and his uniform. He was a cop.
identification number on our website, binghamtonhomepage.com.
And that's one of them, guys. So what you're saying is that the fact he's still alive can only be considered an act of God? Pretty much. I don't know why he's still fucking alive. I don't know, guys. I really don't. But there is also a happy moment that I do have to share. Okay? Before we go into a little bit more. This is the house where Cheri Lindsey was murdered. Now, the Lindsey family bought the house to make sure no one would live in it. And you want to know what they did with that house? That's all this is going to be, probably, is just destruction of the fucking house. That's the whole entire neighborhood who all wanted this house to come down, not just the Lindsey family. The whole entire neighborhood wanted this house demolished. So By the way, there's nothing there now. It's a parking lot, basically. Like I said, David Lindsey and his family bought the house. Nobody was living in there. It was been vacant for years. And they decided to just destroy the fucking house. On July 30th, 2020, this house came down. And you want to know something? Nobody misses it. But one more video.
Asking for the public.
One more video. This is from 6 months ago. This is the latest time that James Wales has tried to get out.
Help to keep a child rapist and killer behind bars. News Channel 34's Roy Santacroce shows us why community leaders are rallying behind the effort.
In 1984, James Wales was convicted for the rape and murder of 12-year-old Cheri Lindsey and sentenced to 33 years to life in prison.
Yep.
After becoming eligible for parole in 2017, Wales has been denied parole 4 separate times, including earlier this year in April. Even though he was denied, Wales now has another shot at freedom. The New York State Parole Board is considering him for a medical parole. The Lindsey family was notified late last week.
By the way, the sheriff fucking said, fuck off, dude. You're staying in fucking prison.
That Wales will be interviewed by the board due to a non-terminal medical condition. Broome County Sheriff Fred Akshar says that doesn't matter.
You'll have to pardon my lack of sympathy. You'll have to pardon my callousness. But I say, who cares?
By the way, this is right now, this guy is still the Broome County Sheriff. And I want you guys to hear his reaction to the thought about paroling James Wales based off of medical reasons.
Callousness, but I say, who cares? Mr. Wales is exactly where he belongs, in prison.
Cheri Lindsey was murdered here in 1984.
Oh yeah, that's what's there. Sorry, it's not. They've made a memorial garden there.
Space has since become a forget-me-not memorial garden to remember not only Cheri and her family, but her father Dave, who recently passed away, who was also a member of the Binghamton Police Department.
He should not be afforded the luxury he stole from my sister and our family. Before our father's passing, we as a family assured him that we would continue his and our mother's fight to keep him behind bars.
Members of the county legislature, Binghamton Mayor Jared Cram, and others gathered to urge the community to contact the board and recommend a 5th denial of...
And you want to know something? I am for all of this, guys. I am for everyone putting in the petitions for this. I am for anybody just protesting even the thought of this man getting out of prison for what he did. But that is all I have for the Cheri Lindsey case. I know this is a small ass fucking stream. But I don't want to end it with this. If you guys want, we will do what we normally do on Saturdays. You know, because let's face it, this is a heavy topic. We need a little bit of levity at the end of it. Let's talk about stuff that is a little bit more interesting. Or not more interesting, but less depressing, so to speak. I say we watch...
Hello, everyone.
Watch a Daily Dose of Internet video before we head out. Yep, Daily Dose, guys. Let's do a Daily Dose of Internet before we head out. Just so that we have a moment of levity and we end the stream not with depression, but with stuff to make us feel better. Okay? And yes, Daniel J., they teared it down. And I'm sorry I wasn't paying much attention to the chat. I was trying to get through all of this. And I know it doesn't seem like I had all the facts with it, but I don't want to go into so much detail about the case because when I talk about true crime, it's not about the blood and gore. It is about understanding the case and knowing who a victim of a crime is and sympathizing with the victims more than the fucking perpetrators. And to analyze it, not to show blood and gore. There are too many fucking true crime YouTubers out there who do that. I'm not one of them. And I will never be one of them. If you guys want blood and gore, I'm sorry you came to the wrong place. If you want analysis, opinions, facts of a case, that's great. It's a Daniel J. It's about understanding the victims. And Cheri Lindsey was a victim of a horrible crime. And I wanted to share her story. Because very few people ever talk about these kind of stories, especially if they're from a small town. I'm prepared to tell at Knox Archive the difference between calico and a tortoise shell. I don't see it. I know the difference between a calico and a tortoise shell, thank you. But, anyways, I want you guys to know this. I will never show blood and guts on my channel. I will never show dead bodies. I am not one of those stupid fucking true crime YouTubers. I want to share stories like Cheri Lindsey's. Because let's face it, this is still an ongoing thing. Because James Wales is not dead yet. He could still get out of prison if people just let it happen. And we cannot let that happen. Tortoise shells don't have any white. Okay. Anyways, let us watch this.
Hello everyone, this is your Daily Dose of Internet.
Hi there. Everyone say hello to Daily Dose of Internet.
This guy had an allergic reaction and they had to use an EpiPen.
Why would you do it? Normally you do that on places where you don't have cloth.
It went.
What the fuck?
Don't worry.
What the fuck? Holy shit, that is a guy that's really out of it.
He was fine, and he was taken to a hospital just to be safe. This company wanted to prove how effective and safe their bulletproof windows are.
About to get shot at with a 50 cal. Camera ready.
What? Okay, guys, I'm just gonna say this. Don't shoot bulletproof glass with a 50 cal. I have seen what happens. I have watched gun YouTubers.
Ready?
Shooter ready.
Ready. Let's do it.
3, 2.
Please don't go through that fucking... Oh, damn. I am surprised that fucking glass stopped a 50 cal bullet. Normally, bulletproof glass doesn't stop 50 cals.
Clear.
Look at the bork bork nom nom. He gonna have a taco.
Taco
yes.
for dog.
Dog like taco. Taco flavor kisses for my doggy.
Yes.
Aw. That was a good shot. Someone fucking hire that cat to fucking... I don't know. But that was a good shot. That dog really wants out. Oh, look
This
at
person accidentally dropped
Oh, look, a swamp puppy.
their phone into alligator-infested waters.
Yeah, you're not getting that phone back. Yeah, you're not getting that phone back. By the way, a fucking alligator's fucking bite force is enough to actually break fucking bones, shatter fucking bone. Fucking probably can break fucking concrete. I don't know. So that fucking phone's gone. That's a... Listen to that crunch. Listen to this. That's a crunch like you're fucking eating a fucking chip. Well, technically he is eating a chip, a computer chip. He is the duck whisperer. He is the chosen of the ducks. By the way, where's Slim when you need them? Someone clip this part and send it to Slim and ask if the person that these ducks are following is Duck Jesus. Holy shit, there's pigeons in there too. Somebody tell Pidgey.
I know about the blue screen of death, but I've never heard of the black screen of death.
How do you not know about the black screen of death? That's... I think that happens when the display is going. But yeah, is Slim Ducky still sick? I don't know if she's sick. I don't know, guys. But I think that happens when the display is dying, but I'm not sure. What the hell? Oh, that... I have to see that again. Because look at how fucking fast that cat stole that fucking bowl. That was fast.
I guess this is what the last day of school looks like in some places.
Not in my fucking pool. Not in my fucking school. What the titty fuck? What the hell? That or the backlight. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I forgot to actually link this, by the way. I apologize. But holy fuck, this is... Imagine being the janitor, having to clean up this mess. That's a lot of fucking paper. Oh, bark, bark, nom, nom. Guys, that was so much fucking paper. Just imagine being the fucking janitor. I would hate to be a janitor at that fucking school. Holy shit. Woof. Well, that's a Cinnamon Toast Crunch box. Holy shit, they have a microwave that's bolted up there. Damn. Some people have all the nice things. Why do they have Christmas lights going... Why? Woof, woof.
I think this thing just dropped the hardest beat of 2024.
Hold on. You can dance to this. Dance with me, people! Aw. I want to go back to that. Let's dance. Let's dance some more, guys. Yeah, that would scare the shit out of me, too. Yeah, that would scare the shit out of me, too.
About a week ago, these orcas...
Oh, orcas. You know, the assholes of the sea. There's a meme of this clip where it cuts to the janitor. I want to see that. Censored, if you can, send that to me and send that to my fucking memes page in my freaking server, please. Can you rewind that, Knox, please, to the paper waterfall? Okay, hold on. Sorry. Here we go.
In some places.
Holy, that is a lot of fucking paper. Holy shit. How many trees do you think died for that? Really, how many fucking trees do you think died for that? Let's get back to the fucking assholes of the sea, aka orcas.
Actually shifted, allowing them to swim to open waters.
Give me it back. Give me it back. Give me it
Oh
back.
my god. Oh my god, this is wholesome right here. This is wholesome. If you guys need to find inner peace in your life, just picture this dog right now carrying the shoe in its mouth. It is the most wholesome thing ever. This is the moment of zen we all need.
Give me it back. Give me my
Run, little boy, run! By the way, I'm totally rooting for the dog. Way too many. Yeah, I sent Slim the clip. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I think the things from the live action movie are way more nightmare inducing. Yeah. Of course, I can't remember the fucking movie. Thank God I am currently living in a country half half country, half city location where mostly trees and houses. Same. Oh, crap. That was skill that I will never get.
That is the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed.
Oh, look at the kitty.
And I'll see you guys again very, very soon.
That is a very happy kitty. I am glad we actually did that before we ended. I needed that. I really did. That was great. But thank you guys for showing up. I do appreciate it. I appreciate all your faces. Love all your faces. And I want to say, Retro YouTube on Saturday, 7:30. If you still want to get your suggestions in, you can put them in my suggestions channel in my server. Remember, the video has to be over 5 years old and no more than 5 suggestions. Nothing that has racist language or Shane Dawson in it. And nothing overly violent. Okay? We are going to watch as many of them as we can. And welcome back, True Assassin. Yes, it's safe. We're actually ending. I'm sorry, dude. Here, I'll give you the intro again. Hold on. There you go. But yeah, like I was saying, Retro YouTube on Saturday. What about Ashens? Those videos are way fucking long that you sent, JoJo. I'm just saying. You gotta fucking find videos that are less than fucking 30 fucking minutes, dude. So, we're gonna watch as many of them as we can on fucking Saturday. It's gonna be me and Spectre. Maybe his father will pop in. Who knows? But we're gonna watch retro YouTube videos on Saturday. Next week, we're doing, for True Crime Wednesday, we're going to watch some body cam videos because I don't want to do any research. Yeah, we can raid. Hang on. Let me actually pull up fucking K-Huck stream and we'll raid her. Okay? Just let me get through my announcements, dudes. Okay, hang on 1 second. I am pulling up K-Huck's stream. We're going to raid K-Huck. But first, I need to go through shit. Then next week, True Crime Wednesday, we're going to be watching body cam footage because I don't want to do any research because I'm going to be doing a lot of research on wrestling and crimes. And then next Saturday, not this upcoming Saturday, next Saturday, we're going to be doing a frickin' variety stream talking about DSP. But since you guys want me to raid K-Huck, let's go. Here is K-Huck's, here's K-Huck's stream, guys. Tell her that Poppy sent her, okay? Tell her Knox Poppy sent you guys, okay? And I hope you guys have a lovely night.